This is what are we doing?
My
Dog.
We got dogs everywhere.
We got dogs everywhere.
yeah,
Dogs are loose.
They're like, woo!
Dogs
We
are
got the
loose.
dogs.
Dogs are loose.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian, LaLima, ApolloDez, producer Josh here with you. Astros World Series champions. We're going to break down Game 6. We're going to break down the parade. First things first. How we feeling, boys? You guys a little under the weather. Nice matching shirts today. Thanks for the memo. H-Town versus everyone. I went with Don't Run on Machete. You can find all of these shirts, the franchise, the Uncle Mike hat that Josh is wearing, H-Town versus everyone. Obviously, check it out. Apollo HOU.
All the new championship gear.
ApolloHOU.store.
Yeah.
Is that right?
ApolloHOU.store.
Okay. ApolloHOU.store. Also, all like Dez said, all the new championship gear. Go ahead over to the website right now. Order like 6, 7, 10 shirts, maybe a couple of hats. Do whatever you got to do. Check it out. Apollo HOU store. It's all there. How we feeling, boys? I mean, you guys, Dez, you were out of the country. Cancun. Dez is now back to being ApolloDez. Josh, you were sitting front row at the World Series. Then both of you guys were sitting front row at the parade. Then the parade gets done. And all of a sudden, the group chat is just suddenly radio silent. You guys went to an after party. Josh is coughing. How we feeling, guys? I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, the vibes are immaculate. 2-time champs.
I can see that.
we had a little battle with the body. He had to fight through that with the last 48 hours or so. But
it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Dez goes to Cancun and comes back with a mustache.
Yeah, look at this.
Josh, you guys go to the parade in the World Series, and now Josh has got this massive cough. Dez, you've been sweating like all day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, we feeling okay?
Yeah, dude, we're fine. I don't know why you're chirping right now.
The championship sweats.
Yeah, it's all right, dude. It's all right. There's just 2 million people in this little hot box downtown. That was all it was. That's just nothing more, nothing less. But
we'll get to the parade in a little bit. So Game 6, let's get right into it.
Yeah, we didn't touch on it on the last episode, so we're gonna dive deep now on this point. But I have rewatched that game now twice, and I think the big thing about it, we talked about it all throughout this stretch, is one run with this team didn't mean shit. It almost fired them up and got them going. And Schwarber leads the 6 with just absolute tank job, lefty. Obviously, Schwarber was the only one doing anything for that offense. And then to come out in the bottom half of that inning, we were on the right side of Zach Greinke getting pulled. And when I say that is Wheeler was absolutely shoving. I would have let him keep going, and they pulled him early to bring in their high leverage arms that we'd seen time and time again. And Alvarado versus Alvarez, next thing you know, the place is turned upside down, and it's a party. So rewatching the game, look, was there any better pitcher than Framber Valdez in those moments? Because it almost felt like if you started Framber game 1 and then game would have been 5, right? It just felt it didn't feel right to me. Having him at the 2 spot and the 6 spot just felt right, and he just had all those guys just twisted. I mean, he had that sinker rocking at 97. He had the curveball going, and just time and time again, he was filling up the zone. And they had a game plan and they stuck to it. And they're like, "This is what we're gonna throw. And if you beat me, you beat me. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to beat me when I'm throwing my best stuff." And Framber was just the guy. He absolutely, and I think he should have deserved some MVP votes. And I don't take it away from Jeremy, who was all world all of October, but Framber Valdez got you 2 wins, and I don't know, I think probably 15 plus strikeouts in those 2 wins.
Yeah. Two wins in the World Series, man, is hard to do. I think, Josh, can you look up Madison Bumgarner, his pitching stats from, I don't know, one of the last times the Giants won the World Series?
Madison had 2, but he closed out game 7.
So two wins and a save,
yeah.
right?
He won game
2 innings.
He won game 1, game 5, and then he closed out game 7, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, 2 wins, man, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can make a good case that Framber Valdez could have been your MVP because, like I said, man, just being dialed in for 2 wins on the mound. And, we've talked about the bullpen a lot on Beyond the Diamond, and everyone's talked about it, how good they were games were shortened in the
They were over.
postseason, and that's because your starters could get you to 6 innings, and after that, it was done, like done with. I mean, Brian Abreu didn't give up an earned run this entire postseason, and he pitched 11 and a third innings. Like, so for Framber, he did in Game 6. I mean, it's on par with what he's done. Pretty much all season. But to do it in the World Series 2 times, shit, you could have made him the MVP.
Bumgarner in 2014, he went Game 1, 7 innings, 1 run. Game 5, 9 innings, 0 runs, 8 Ks. Complete game shutout.
Wow.
And then he came back Game 7 and closed with 5 innings, 0 runs.
Greatest
5 in. I thought he went 3. 5 innings?
Yeah.
God damn.
He's a
he pitched
horse.
He pitched 21 innings in 7 days.
That's insane. What?
Well, 7 games.
What?
Absolutely.
Oh shit. And now he's just giving up tanks left and right and just being the old man, get off my yard guy.
You know, he's like only 32.
You could argue all that was a lot on the arm.
This dude threw a complete game and then turned around and came back and threw 5 in Game 7. That is insane.
So Framber ended up having 9 punchies in Game 6. I'm looking it up right now for Game 2. I would say he was probably right around that number, like that 7-8 number, I bet. But also you couldn't lose a game where they charted out a lineup with like 4 to 5 names. The Phillies did that are created players on MLB The Show. Like there was after Harper, there's no one. And that's
right.
not, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the Phillies. It was just none of those guys scared me at all. And if you controlled the top of that lineup, you're going to find ways to win the ball game. And that's what the Astros did. And it was just impressive. It really was impressive.
Josh, look up Nick Castellanos stats. I don't think he got a hit one time.
Okay.
I mean, he made a couple of good defensive plays, but
he did pull up. He did show the no wire.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No wires, yeah.
Framber in the whole postseason started 4 games, 25 innings pitched, and a 1.44 ERA.
He had 9 strikeouts in Game 2 as well. So he had 2 wins, including the closeout, and 18 strikeouts.
Yeah,
that might have been my MVP.
Pretty efficient.
If I had a vote.
Pretty efficient.
You can also argue Press was the MVP.
Oh yeah, you could have Abreu. I mean, there's legit. We said it on the episode. There's legitimately 4 or 5 guys that could have been that guy. But
and find out later who we give our dog of the week.
Ooh, that's a little tease. A little tease.
Arguably more important than the World Series.
I would say dog of the World Series is more important than the MVP of the World Series.
Dog of the Series. Yeah, dog of the Series.
And dog of October. And dog of October.
Right. We've got 2 awards to give out today on this episode. We've got a couple of gift baskets, couple of gift cards. I mean, it's gonna be pumped. So if you're listening and watching, don't go anywhere.
We went all out.
Don't go anywhere. That's coming later on.
Hey, you know what my favorite at bat in the in Game 6? Not the Alvarez home run. Not the Alvarez home run.
Was it in the 6th inning?
Yeah, it actually
was. Was it Martín Maldonado getting hit and starting the inning off? Was it Altuve grounding into fielder's choice? Was it Jeremy Pena hitting a single and Altuve?
It's Altuve going first to third.
First to third.
That one single moment doing that was a full sin moment. Like, hey, we're not letting up.
We're not here to lay up. Yeah,
and
we found out later he had a bum hamstring.
Yeah, he had a bum hammy, and he's going first to third.
Yeah.
It's just little things like that. The game within the game. And obviously the Astros responded to the Schwarber tank. But, man, this team just got it to the next guy and figured it out. And I think this team is just built for sustained success. I think they're the Alabama of Major League Baseball. We're at this point where we can plug and play anyone at this point that you get, and because it's a foundation of culture, it's a foundation of winning, from the top to the bottom. And these guys know when they come in and they put on a Houston Astro uniform, they're going to get booed at home. Excuse me, they get booed on the road, and they're going to be cheered at home, and they're going to love every moment of it. And you accept that you're the villain, but you're the Alabama of this sport, and championships come here. So it was really cool to see that.
Our episode is so electric that the power just went out over with producer Josh. I don't know where he went. The light just went back on. Power surge, maybe?
No power surge?
I don't know.
It's electric. We did pay the bill.
Yeah, we paid the bill.
We did pay the bill.
Okay.
So it's just me and you, man. Like this is the chaos. This is what the people want.
Yeah. You know, it was a common theme this postseason for the Astros. So many little moments that we saw across all three series, just like Altuve going from first and third. There was a play in one of the games. I can't remember what series. Damn it. I think it was the ALCS, where Yordan was on second and he tagged up and went from second to third.
Yeah.
It was against the ALCS, against the Yankees. It was in the closeout game where Pena eventually hit the home run. It didn't matter because Pena hit the home run and they scored a couple more runs. But in hindsight, if you look back at that, that could have been a huge moment because he eventually scored. And it was all because he tagged up from second to third on a somewhat shallow fly ball to right center. Then you look at David Hensley's at bat. You look at Jeremy Pena's at bat. Chas McCormick's playing the outfield. Trey Mancini's play the inning before. Jeremy Pena jumping up and snagging a baseball. Altuve's play deep in the hole. Like, I can go on and on. So many different moments. And at the end of the day, there were so many timely hits. This whole season, I don't think we ever saw the entire lineup from top to bottom all be at full strength, meaning every single player was going off at one time.
And we still went 11-2.
Exactly. Sometimes the top of the order was on fire. The bottom half was not. Then the top half was not doing well, and the bottom half was doing well. All through the season, you saw in the postseason, little moments, timely hits. What won it? Pitching and defense.
You know what's funny? And I just had to mention this because you brought it up. We were really lucky to go to the after party with Breggs at Little Woodrow's, and we got to meet Trey Mancini. And I thought you paid Trey Mancini a lot of money because Trey came up and we're talking for a little bit. Nicest guy. I mean, he's just an incredible human being. But the boy was rocking the Brian LaLima starter pack.
What do you have?
The joggers. The Lulu black shirt. And boy was double fisting some Coronas. I was like, Trey, you're fucking with me right now, dude.
Sign him. Lifetime contract.
I was like, this is the Brian LaLima starter pack. And I told Tyler that we both were cracking up. I was like, this is Brian LaLima. This is literally him right here.
That's just a good style. Yeah. I mean, dude, there's nothing wrong with some joggers, a black Lulu shirt, double fisting a couple of Coronas because everybody loves Mexican beer. I mean, come on. Give the man a lifetime contract. I don't care if he had one hit in the postseason. What I do care about Trey Mancini is that you had a phenomenal defensive gem. You came off the bench. I don't care if you struck out the at-bat that you got that game. You made the play, but what's better than dressing like that? I mean, it's built for comfort and speed. It's stylish. It's a good look, and you're drinking good beer. That is my dog of the year.
Here we go.
Dog of the year. Josh, this is the clip right here. This is it. That's cool, man. How was it meeting Trey Mancini? I've heard so many good things about him.
It was brief, but it was awesome. I'm gonna try to get him on here. Obviously, try to get all the guys on here for the championship parade. Beyond the Diamond podcast.
Yeah,
tour.
But it's these charts that keep coming out. That we see like these rankings and stuff. Like we've been up in the top 10. We've been in the top 15. Then we dropped a little bit. Then we went back up. Yeah, just wait till you see what we got planned for this offseason. And we're gonna be
fun. That's gonna be fun. Circling back to Game 6, the Christian Vasquez late RBI knock. Dude's just clutch, man. Look, I know we could dive into the whole James Click saga and the Crane saga.
That's for later.
But
for later, we're gonna
Christian Vasquez just found ways to get big time knocks and big time moments. And like if you followed Carabas on Twitter, he always talked about how he loved Christian Vasquez. Obviously, we played against him over the last few years in big games and stuff, and he'd do that against the Astros. But to be on the other side of that, it's just he finds a way. Like it may not be a home run like early in the game, but when a guy's in scoring position, Christian Vasquez is going to find himself an RBI stake. And man, I wish we could find a way to bring him back. I really do. I don't know if we will, but it was just great to see that guy compete. He just competed at the plate. Like you say, Brian, just quality at bats.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was one of the biggest moves for James Click, was bringing Christian Vasquez. You brought in just more postseason experience. And every game that he called that he was in behind the plate were just phenomenal outings from pitchers. So you give him credit there too. And he threw out a couple of runners. Yeah. And I mean, it just seemed like he put good at-bats together every time he got his opportunity. He came up clutch in the clinching game. But when James Click brought him in, you're like, damn, like this dude swings it well. He's got all the postseason experience. He's won World Series before. He's been in postseason games. And go figure, he comes up in a big moment, adds in an insurance run with an RBI single.
Because think about it. And if you don't get that run, it's still 3-1, right?
Yeah.
The Phillies have the tying run at the plate if that run isn't there, because there's a run on first with, in that ninth inning. So they're still technically one swing away. But it's just like little things like that. And they just, if you've ever played the game on any level, those runs are so deflating. And even as fans, like we saw it last year against the Braves. The Braves would do that. The Braves would, okay, we're back in it. And then they'd go hang a 1 spot or a 2 spot. You're like, shit. We just did that for what? We like scrapped and called to get 1 or 2 runs, and then they just responded. Or they were up and they did that to us. And it was like we were now doing that to other teams. And it's just a deflating feeling if you're an opposing fan or player on the other team, because like these guys are just relentless. They're absolutely relentless at the plate. And so that was one of my favorite fun memories. And when we were in Cancun, we were talking about getting some bottles of champagne, and we were like, okay, when do we order them? When do we get them? And as soon as Vasquez got that knock, we're like, okay, we can go ask for those bottles right now.
Yeah, I knew once Schwarber hit the home run, I was like, dude, 1 run is not going to win this game. And then some things happen. Maldonado has a good at bat to lead off. Obviously,
people were pissed.
Fielder's choice.
People were pissed about that. His little Biggio.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you couple that with what's his name? Ledmus Diaz trying to get on by throwing his elbow.
That was more egregious. That one was more egregious.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
At least Maldi was like on the plate already.
Right.
So, I mean,
yeah,
he didn't have to move too much for that to hit him.
Him finding a way on, and then Altuve going from first to third, then the Alvarez home run. You could feel it in the building that the tension was rising, and you knew something was going to happen that inning. And obviously it happened for Kyle Schwarber first. Then the Astros got their runs. And then Christian Vasquez with the big RBI single for an insurance. And then the rest is history, which led to the celebrations, which led to bottle popping, which eventually led to the parade. So you guys were there. I was not. I took a me day. How was the parade? I mean, you had prime seats thanks to the Houston Sports Authority. So shout out to those guys.
Shout out to the Harris County Houston Sports Authority.
Yep. So they hooked it up.
It was prime. It was primo seating, and obviously we're
prime real estate, huh?
Yeah. We were very fortunate and truly lucky for them to let us be there. And man, the parade was awesome. Like, I remember 2017 and how great that was, but man, that felt so much better. Like, I don't know if it's just because it was just bury all the narratives and bury all the haters and everything, but man, there was just such this palpable vibe in the city. And the one thing I'm just really upset, they didn't give speeches. Like, it was just like, all right, parade's over. Like, that was kind of weird to me. Like, the players didn't get to speak at all. But it was just a show. I mean, it was awesome. There's so many people. I mean, like,
well, they said what, close to 2 million?
It had to be.
Yeah.
It was just rows and rows and rows of people as far as your eye could see. And it was awesome. Like, the guys saw us on the bus, like we were that close, and they're like reporting us. We're fucking talking to them, like they're like yelling our names. Like, holy shit! Like, you should not be yelling our name right now in the World Series floats. But it was cool. It was a really cool moment.
Josh, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah, like I said, there was so many people there. Trying to get there, we had to circumvent the roads a little bit. We had to take a little path down
We
the
had to go to the
bayou
bayou.
to get across the street to where we needed to go.
We had to get
So we
north
probably
of
walked-
Smith, and we couldn't because everything was blocked. So we had to go down to the bayous and come back up on the backside of it.
Had a little Lewis and Clark expedition type stuff to get over to where we needed to be.
Oh,
but
good historic drop right there.
yeah, but
Good historic
yeah,
drop.
we made
Go
it to
too
where we
far.
were supposed to go. Had a great time. Saw the guys, got good video footage, and then afterwards we made a long trek. It felt like something from a movie. Just like we were talking about, it seemed like World War Z. We were just like going through hordes. Everybody was going one way. You know, maybe like 1 million people going one way, and then a group of 6 of us trying to
Going the opposite way.
going the opposite way.
through it.
Yeah, trying to get through it, stumbling across people.
Here's my one question, and I love little bro. How was he? Was he not knocking him back? Was he having a good time?
Oh, he was leading the charge, dude.
Was
Yeah,
Just drinking waters and leading us to Midtown.
he was
where
our
lives.
navigator.
He was our Sacagawea, just leading us to Lewis and Clark.
Sacagawea?
Yeah,
Yes.
Good.
I just
Dude,
watched Night at the Museum the other night.
I think we should start beyond the history books. That's the new
Ooh,
podcast.
we should just do drunk history. Just rip
Or
that off what they already did before.
That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. And we know little bro Taylor is really good at geography, especially thinking Detroit is next to New York. So
Yes.
Yeah.
that's always good.
If so
our
facto.
first West Palm trip. Can't wait for the upcoming one.
Oh, it was the parade though. The boys
2 million people.
Yeah. The boys were having a field day.
Yeah.
Catching some brewskis, pounding them. I tried to get Corey Lee to throw me a beer, but he didn't have any beer on his float. That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, it is.
Corey's gonna be on the pod here soon, and I'm gonna have to razz him a bit. He didn't have no pocket beers.
Also, a rookie mistake of us not having a beer to throw to him.
That it was a big time rookie mistake.
I thought
us.
they didn't have any beers in the VIP section. I guess they were like,
yeah, they only had waters and like Cokes and Sprites. So it's not. They only had cola mixers. It was really weird.
Yeah, they only had mixers. I don't know.
Only had mixers there.
Ryan Stanek, nice chug on his Miller Lite. I saw.
Yeah. Great chug on that. Braggs had one. Braggs had a
Framber also.
Framber,
we had multiple photos. He just kept pointing to it. He's like,
yeah.
He just kept pointing to his beer.
Framber had the big ass fucking speaker. He was just vibes.
That is a power move. I don't care what anybody says. That is such a power move. A speaker above your shoulder, and you're jamming out to music as you're on a float going through the World Series parade. Power move.
And
None
also
other
the
than
most
Framber Valdez.
The most Houston thing. There was a lunar module,
Yeah, I
NASA,
saw that.
and
That's
then you
pretty
had
cool.
a float with Mattress Mac, Bun B, Paul Wall, Little Flip, Slim Thug. You had a who's who of Houston rappers all on this. Like it was the most. You had a slab that was there. You had it was the most Houston parade of Houston parades of all time. And
You know, I noticed Joel Osteen was not invited. I wonder what that's about.
probably the doors were locked.
Probably. They probably locked the doors on the parade.
Producer Josh is freaking out right now.
Dude, it's okay.
Fuck him.
It's
I don't give a shit about him.
there it is. There it is. You never know what you're gonna get.
The other cool thing about the parade too, it was like 90 degrees in the middle of November.
Yeah,
you gotta love that. It was
That's
just
brutal.
what are we doing?
They did the hat thing again.
Yeah,
In
saw
the
that.
They did the hat thing.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's a
tradition now.
tradition. That's a tradition like any other.
It was they were about 1 for 500.
I did see,
I stood there and filmed them for like 10 minutes.
and they couldn't do it.
They missed it. Like they did it 15, 20 times.
At
And
least.
finally, I walked away, and then like 20 minutes later, I heard cheering. They finally made it.
In 2017, it was like natural, like they didn't plan it, right? And it just flowed. See, they tried to recreate it. It wasn't real, genuine.
We need to get.
Well, hold on. We need to do Vantage Point.
athletes.
We need to do some interviews, and this is if you were there, There was, I think, one guy on the 5th floor that was like 0 for 4
Yeah,
dropping.
there was
it.
one person.
There
that
was
kept
one
fucking up.
guy that he was like 0 for 4, and then finally someone else stepped in that guy's spot.
Yeah.
And so we need that. We need those interviews and
what we
that
need to
vantage
do,
point.
Apollo as a team, one day soon, we need to just go
Try
to
it.
that parking garage
Try
just
it.
And recreate it.
everybody get on the
Dude.
floor, and we'll just film us doing
Now
it.
we're talking.
How many floors are there?
7, 8.
Okay, I mean we got enough bodies.
We have
can
enough
do that.
bodies. We have enough
Yeah.
bodies.
We can knock that out.
Yeah,
We'll all wear our H-Town versus everyone shirts.
Yeah, we could film it. We have a GoPro. Put a GoPro on the hat.
we get the new championship hat that the boys were wearing.
I got to
That's
get
what we
one
use.
of those, man.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta get
I have
one
one
of
from
those.
17, but I need a new one.
Yeah, I got to get me one of those. There was something else I was going to bring up, and I completely forgot about it because we stopped talking about it. Damn it.
Stat look up that you asked me for like 20 minutes ago.
Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos went 3 for. I lost it. 3 for 25.
Yikes.
A 0.125 batting average.
Yikes.
That will not
good.
pay the bills. But you
Not
know what?
good.
He had his game 1 moment of lifting his shirt up.
Yeah.
He had that moment.
You had that moment.
Damn
And
it,
a
dude.
Deep fly ball to left field.
What the hell was I going to... What were we talking about, man?
I don't know, but we got our.
We do have our dog.
There it is.
And speaking of dog, we got this little dog over here just chilling. Asleep.
Georgia.
Just Georgia chilling. And then we got our other dog. That's such an Apollo award. That is like
That's
the
Apollo
smallest trophy of all time.
Yeah,
It's like
but dude,
it's as big as this candle.
but they get the trophy, and then they get gift baskets.
Yeah.
They get boxes of wine. They get $28
Bags of
gift
wine.
cards. I mean,
Bags of wine.
What else can they want? So are we doing a dog of the series, the World Series, and then dog of the postseason in general?
Dog of October.
Dog
of October, November, since it's technically.
Okay.
Yeah. Dog of the series first, and then
Dog of the series first.
All right. Josh, you start us off.
Okay. My dog of the series, I think has to be Presley. I think coming in, he closed out all 4 wins. One of them wasn't a save because we were up enough. Didn't he? He closed out.
It's 7 saves, I believe.
He let me make sure I have my stats right here. He definitely pitched 4 or 5 games.
In the World Series?
He pitched 5 games, 5.2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 5 Ks in the World Series. 5 separate games he came in and he did not allow an earned run.
Wow.
Killed it.
Yeah.
That's my dog. That's my dog of the series.
Okay. Dez?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Framber Valdez. 2 wins, 18 punchies, and the closeout win. Look, JP3's our boy. We're going to do a lot of stuff with him in the offseason. But I'm going to go with the guy that had a win. Game 2 was a must-win, and he won it. And then he closed it out without us even have to worry about a Game 7 with Altuve with a bum hamstring, Breggs with a broken finger, and Yuli being out. So Framber Valdez is my
franchise.
Okay.
Franchise.
So my dog of the World Series is also Framber Valdez.
Oh,
2 or 3.
Because you look back to Game 1, Astros are up 5-0. Justin Verlander runs into some trouble. Next thing you know, the Astros are down. Fast forward a couple innings, and boom, the Astros lose. People are panicking a little bit. Justin Verlander, chokes away the lead, so forth and so on. Didn't pitch well, blah, blah, blah. Framber comes in, cool, calm, collected, dices people up, gets the boys back in the series, evens it up at 1-1. 9 punch outs. They squeeze out a tight game in game 5. They win 3-2, right? It was 3-2 in game 5 in Philadelphia. And then what does Framber Valdez? He does Framber Valdez things, comes in game 6, throws another gem, 9 more strikeouts, 2 World Series wins in 1 series. They clinch, they win it, and he goes onto the float. He carries the speaker on the shoulder. That's a dog moment. So our dog of the World Series, Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez.
First annual inaugural.
Second weekly, third, what is this, 5th?
November inaugural dog of the series, World Series. Framber Valdez, the franchise.
Framber Valdez. We've got a gift basket. We will send you a couple of franchise shirts that are featured.
We got this dog. This dog's all riled up.
And producer, I've got my dogs riled up as well. They heard the barking. Now they just awoke from their nap. We got a franchise shirt for you. We'll get it to you in an XL. We've got a couple of gift baskets. There's some fruit. We've got a book that we found on Amazon that will be helpful. We got gift cards. We got all kinds of stuff. Dog of the World Series coming your way. Framber Valdez.
An open invite to come on Beyond the Diamond.
Absolutely. So now, with that, we go into our dog of
October, November.
Dog of the postseason.
So that was the dog of the World Series. Now it's the dog of the postseason. Josh, producer Josh, what do you got? Who you got?
I think it has to be Pena. I think the way that kind of Alvarez disappeared for a little bit.
Yep.
You could make an argument it could for Bregman, but Altuve struggled a little bit. If Pena doesn't just play out of his mind, we might have not made it.
Okay. Listen to this. This kid slugged 638. He had an OBP of 367. That had a batting average of 345. He had an OPS of 1.005, 37 total bases. He had 8 RBIs, 4 tanks, 5 doubles, 20 knocks. It's Jeremy Pena.
So
that's an incredible postseason.
So the one big question mark, there are a couple of question marks, but one of the biggest ones coming out of spring training was, how do the Astros replace Carlos Correa? Can Jeremy Pena step in and be the guy? We know that he's going to struggle somewhere down the line in the season. Is his defense going to be able to hold it together? How's it going to be in October when Carlos Correa excelled the most? Jeremy Pena quietly comes in, wins a Gold Glove as a rookie, wins the MVP for the ALCS, wins the World Series MVP, plays out of his freaking mind in the postseason. You have one accolade of the ALCS MVP. You got another accolade of the World Series MVP. But what better than to have dog of the postseason here on Beyond the Diamond podcast, the Apollo HOU dog of the postseason, Jeremy Pena. This is Jeremy Pena's second dog award.
First two-time.
First repeat.
Yep. Put that in the trophy case next to the World Series MVP, probably in front of it. We've got some JP3 shirts coming your way. We got
update the Wikipedia page.
We got this shirt coming your way. We've got a pre-workout bundle coming your way because you know, with those shredded abs that you have, we know you like to work out.
No carb season,
right? So
me and Brian are about to hit the regimen all off season.
So we've got maybe a couple of Cheesecake Factory gift cards for you as well. No free pub, but we're going to give it to them for dog of the postseason to Jeremy Pena. I mean, dog.
What a year.
Be a dog.
Incredible.
Dog.
Just an absolute dog.
Another guy that crossed my mind, but obviously was a clean sweep here on Beyond the Diamond podcast was Brian Abreu.
Brian Abreu. Yeah.
I mean, 11
Abreu. Abreu and
no earned
Press.
runs.
He's in the dog pound.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah,
Dog.
look, the other dog wanted to get up in here.
Georgia.
But yeah,
Put
what a
the dog.
yeah.
Put Georgia in the thumbnail. There you go.
There she is.
Everybody will click on it. Y'all both hold them up at the same time.
Hold on, she's gonna throw a fit.
Oh, don't do that.
Y'all hold up your dogs. I'm gonna hold up this dog.
I got here. You want me to get my other dog? Dodger, come here.
Dog.
Dodger, come on. Let me get her up.
Dog.
Hang on. Dodger, come on.
Dog.
Dodger, come on. Come on, dude. Get up here. God dang it. Hold on. Let's put her on the table. Don't go anywhere.
Hold on.
Come on.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Dog.
We got a lot of dogs.
This is off the rails. Dog.
What are we doing?
My dogs are
Dog.
We got dogs everywhere.
We got dogs everywhere.
yeah,
Dogs
here
are
we go.
loose.
They're like, woo!
Dogs
We
are
got the
loose.
dogs.
Dogs are loose.
Get that as the thumbnail.
Dogs
Hey,
are
there's that
loose.
Oprah. My dogs are so upset with me right now.
Yeah. What an
They're like,
episode.
what the fuck is this? All right.
Shout out JP.
Use that as the thumbnail. That's going to be hilarious. Hey, boys. Astros 2022 champs.
What a season.
Champs.
Damn
Other
champ.
than our potential championship tour, now it's time to look towards next year.
Yep. Next episode, we're going to look into the James Click situation. Dusty Baker also.
Shout out Dusty. He's back.
Dusty's back.
Brought back for 2023. Don't know about James Click. Don't know about Justin Verlander. Who's going to play first base? Who's going to be the DH? We're going to cover all that stuff on the next episode. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I'm out of breath for moving those dogs around. You know what I mean? Damn.
Like, comment, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Smash that little like button.
Hey.
It's like right there.
Dez, Josh, drink water. Make sure we hydrate a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys get healthy. All right.
All right.
All right. Boys, it's been one hell of a ride here on Beyond the Diamond podcast. The Astros are World Series champs.
What a year.
Champs.
As we've done all postseason, Josh, take us out of here. Yeah. You have to. They
You
want
have to,
Come on.
Josh, dude.
I did it last time. I said
Well, now we're committed.
When we get into the off-season talk, I'll start bringing us out. But it's what we've done all postseason. So
that's going to do it for Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian LaLima, ApolloDez, Josh Stroh's here. We'll see you next year.
We're literally recording next week.
We're going to record in a couple
What
of
are we
days.
doing?
It's the same thing. It's
We're
the
gonna
same.
talk about
It's a new
Everyone
year.
watching
It's a
right
new
now is like,
year.
"Well, I'm not unsubscribed now. They're not
It's
going to
a
do
new
anything
year.
for another year."
It's a new year.
We're gonna be next week.
I'm in the recording.
We're going to
I'm
be here
in the
next week.
recording.
We're going to be here next week.
I'm in the recording.
We're going to be here next
See
week.
y'all.
Oh my
See y'all
goodness.
later.
Love you guys. Peace. See you next week.
Bye.
See you next week.